There is a war being fought inside your mind, and you are losing it without ever hearing the first shot. You feel it, don't you? A deep, quiet friction, not in your body, but in your spirit. You are following a script you never read, for a play you never auditioned for. Every choice you make, what you say, what you wear, the path you take, feels less like a decision and more like a reflex. You are performing for a crowd that doesn't exist, haunted by a ghost called they. They expect a certain career. They have opinions on how you should live. They define what success looks like. And in your desperate scramble to avoid their silent disapproval, you have handed over the keys to your own kingdom. This isn't philosophy. This is surrender. And the man who understood this surrender better than anyone was not a king, but an exile named Niccolò Machiavelli. Most have been taught he was a monster, a teacher of tyrants. They are wrong. He was a cartographer of the human condition, mapping the brutal landscape of power not just over states, but over the self. His core lesson is stark. Sovereignty is not given, it is taken. You are either the ruler of your inner world, or you are a subject in someone else's. There is no neutral territory. Today, we are not here for comfort. We are here for a reckoning. We will dissect the psychological chains that keep you obedient and replace them with an iron will. I will give you 7 principles, forged in the cold fire of realism, to reclaim your mind. This is not about controlling others. It is about making yourself uncontrollable. But I must warn you, seeing the prison bars does not make the cage more comfortable. It makes it intolerable. You will be called difficult. You will be labeled arrogant. Relationships will shift, and you will finally stop caring. Let's begin. The first chain to break is the most seductive. The belief that virtue is synonymous with compliance. You have been sold a story that to be good is to be agreeable, to sacrifice your needs for the comfort of others. This is a pacifist's creed in a world that is not at peace. Machiavelli observed, "The man who is good at all times will come to ruin among the many who are not good." Pause on that. If your default setting is endless accommodation, you will be dismantled. Not because the world is evil, but because it is populated by self-entrusted beings, each navigating their own survival. Bringing endless kindness to a negotiation of wills is like bringing a candle to a blizzard. It will be snuffed out, and you will be left in the dark. You think your self-erasure buys you safety. You believe if you shrink enough, you will be loved. But love purchased with your disappearance is worth nothing. People, as Machiavelli coldly noted, are ungrateful, fickle, simulators and dissimulators, avoiders of danger, eager for gain. As long as you are useful, they offer you everything. When your utility fades, so does their loyalty. Look at your own history. That time you said yes to avoid, conflicted at breed respect, or simply an expectation for your next concession. When you live for external approval, you are not being noble. You are broadcasting a signal. You are announcing that your time is negotiable, your boundaries are flexible, and your core is for rent. You become a resource, not a peer. The shift begins when you realize that true strength is not in how much you can bear, but in what you refuse to tolerate. Goodness without the power to enforce it is merely an invitation to be used. This leads to the second, deeper prison, the audience in your mind. Biologically, we are wired for the tribe. Exile meant death. So, our brains treat social disapproval as a mortal threat that churn in your gut when criticized as a primal alarm. But you are not on the savannah. Your boss's frown won't summon predators. The danger is a phantom, but the cage it builds is steel. You have constructed a mental amphitheater. The seats are filled with ghosts, past teachers, old peers, family, the amorphous society. Every move you make, you glance up for the reaction. Should I speak? Look to the audience. Is this ambition too much? Check the crowd. Machiavelli's move was to burn the theater down. He understood reputation as a tactical tool, not an emotional crutch. A ruler considers perception only insofar as it advances his strategy. He does not need it to feel stable. There is a chasm between managing your image and being addicted to validation. One is power, the other is prison. To live authentically, you must fire the audience. Realize most people are not thinking about you. They are the stars of their own agonizing drama, worried about their own performance. And even if they are judging you, what of it? What is an opinion? It It is not a physical object. It cannot hold your breath. It is merely a fleeting electrical storm in another skull. Why let a transient spark in someone else's mind dictate the climate of your soul? Machiavelli prescribed a calculated indifference. See opinions as weather. You note the rain and put on a coat, but you do not argue with the sky. You keep walking. Become the sole critic of your own performance. If you approve, the silence of the crowd is music. Now we arrive at the most potent, misunderstood Machiavellian principle. It is much safer to be feared than loved. Strip away the politics. In the psychology of self-rule, fear translates to deep respect. Love translates to fleeting likability. Most chase likability. They want to be the easygoing one, the people pleaser. This is not a strategy. It is a trap. Likability has no spine. It is water, taking the shape of any container, and no one respects water. They consume it or spill it. Respect, Machiavellian fear, is forged from having edges. It comes from non-negotiable standards and the quiet, unquestionable capacity to walk away. That is the dread of punishment in a social context. The understanding that your presence is a choice, not an obligation. When you live for others, you fear their exit. When you live for yourself, they fear yours. The balance of power inverts instantly. Think of those you truly respect. Are they always agreeable, or are they individuals of principle, capable of a firm no? You may not always like them, but you cannot ignore their weight. You cannot build a life on the sand of being liked. Tides change, but you can build a fortress on the bedrock of self-respect. To rule yourself, you must accept, even welcome, being disliked. It is proof you have taken a stand. If no one is unsettled by you, you have drawn no lines. You are a ghost. Our next vulnerability is our tongue. We talk. We explain. We leak our dreams and plans into the air, seeking validation. You share your business idea, and someone responds with doubt. Now you carry their fear as well as your own. You have given them a veto you never owed. Machiavelli was a disciple of strategic silence. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception, he wrote. Speaking of the power of the unseen move, in your life, the war is for transformation. Announcing your plans gives the status quo the doubters the comfortable time to mobilize against you. Living for yourself demands operational secrecy. Build in the dark. There is a psychological theft that occurs when you share a goal prematurely. Your brain gets a dopamine hit, mistaking the talk for the achievement, sapping your motivation. Stop seeking permission through conversation. Explanations are for subordinates. Sovereigns act. Guard your embryonic visions from the harsh wind of opinion. Let silence be your shield. It forces you to consult your only true advisor. Yourself. Intat kiet you forge iron. But a ruler cannot stand alone without allies. Machiavelli warned fiercely against mercenary soldiers, loyal only to coindy auxiliaries, troops belonging to another lord. They are useless in crisis. Look at your own circle. Who are the mercenaries? Fair-weather friends present only for your success. Who are the auxiliaries? Those tethered to other dramas, pulling you into battles that aren't yours. Sentimentality is a luxury you cannot afford. You must audit your alliances with cold eyes. This is surgery. It requires cutting away what is familiar but as your shunju will outgrow people. They will accuse you of changing. Your only response should be a silent nod. They are correct. A wise ruler relies only on what is his own, Machiavellian stated. This is emotional and strategic self-sufficiency. If people leave because you set boundaries, hold the door open. Isolation is not a curse. It is a filter. It clears the noise so you can hear the few voices that truly matter. Endure the temporary winter. It preserves you. The warmth of false fellowship only rots the soul. The final, most precious resource you surrender is time. When you live for others, you are a thief, robbing your future self to pay a debt to the present crowd. Machiavelli was obsessed with occasioni, the fleeting window of fortune. Pleasers miss the window. They waste hours, days, Years on obligations that serve no purpose but to placate. This is not kindness. It is a slow suicide. To reclaim your sovereignty, you must become ruthless with your time. Ruthless means without regret. Say no without a guilt hangover. An invitation that drains you. No. A request that depletes you. No. You need not be cruel, simply unavailable. A prince is not accessible to every passerby. He has gates. Asgards. Your attention is your treasury. If you are always available, you are cheap. Scarcity creates value. Every yes to them is a no to your own craft, health, and legacy. Hoard your hours like gold. Only with a surplus of time can you build something eternal. So what emerges when you sever these chains? You reclaim what Machiavelli called vert, not moral virtue, but prowess, the forceful energy to impose your will upon chaos. You stop being a leaf in the wind of circumstance. You realize the only thing truly holding you back is your own abdication of will. This is the terrifying gift of freedom. The excuses are gone. If you fail now, the responsibility is yours alone. That weight is the crown. Machiavelli wrote, "The prince in exile, stripped of title and wealth. By every modern measure, he was a failure. Yet each night, he would dress in his formal robes and commune with the ancients, writing a book that would outlive empires. He built his legacy in the silence of his rejection. Your life is your study. Your actions are your text. When you stop playing for the applause of the now, you start building for the echo of the future. You lift weights to feel your strength, not to be admired. You learn to sharpen your mind, not to earn a certificate. You create to exercise the chaos within. This is ultimate sovereignty. Needing nothing from others makes you ungovernable by them. You become a glitch in the system. Here lies the profound paradox. By living for yourself, you become capable of genuine generosity. The people pleaser is resentful, their help alone awaiting repayment. The sovereign is full. Their cup overflows. When te hibe, it is from abundance, not desperation. When te lao, it is from strength, not need. They become a pillar, not a vine. Your family needs your strength, not your submission. The world needs your authentic voice, not a faded copy. The door of the cage has always been open. The lock was your fear of what lay beyond the silence, the responsibility, the occasional solitude. But on the other side is the only thing that matters: reality. Machiavelli stepped out 5 centuries ago. He is still there, a figure in the dim light, waiting. The algorithm will now tempt you with distraction, begging you to forget this feeling. Will you let it? Or will you, in this quiet moment, decide to rule? If this resonated with you, take the first step in solidifying your own rule. Hit the like button. It signals the algorithm to bring these ideas to others, ready for them. And for more deep dives into reclaiming your own mind, subscribe to Winds of Thought. The journey inward is the only one that truly matters.